Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay, and today FFG have blessed us with an article which I didn't expect so soon. I have a battle report I'm trying to get out, but they've blessed us with an article for the BARC speeder and the Droidekas from the Clone Wars. Now, this is ahead of a stream that they plan on doing on the 9th, so I guess they're going to reveal more and they're pumping up the marketing for this, so it all makes sense. But yeah, the two articles in a row, basically. If though at the end of this video you like the video, do press like, and if you're not already subscribed and you're interested in Star Wars Legion, please do so, as that really does help. Now, apologies if you can hear the lawnmower in the background. It's a warm day in the UK, so people are doing garden stuff. Weirdos, not really a fan of that in my life. But yeah, there's some really interesting stuff here. So we'll look at them in sequential order, of course. So we've got the BARC speeder now. And when I saw this, I was like, this I like. But the Droidekas are getting a lot of attention online. So the BARC speeder, 75 points, Arsenal 2, cover 1, speeder 1, 5 wounds, 3 courage, surges on the offensiveness, and has a red defense dice. That's tasty. To me, that is like a better speeder bikes. I just really like it. Now, obviously, you've got to then consider the weapons for sure. But by default, they've got Arsenal 2, so they can shoot. And if we look at the guy, you can shoot the rifle as well. So you could actually do 2 black, 1 red, and 1 white. Fixed front, obviously, if you want to shoot that the front weapon. But then, of course, you can take extra weapon upgrades. And just that one of the one that we actually see fully, which is 10 points. For a fixed front rear, which is interesting. Fixed front rear is interesting. It's 2 black and 2 white. Yeah, all right. And then we can see the other weapons. They've got a range 2 to 4 impact 2 weapon. Doesn't seem to say fixed front on that one, so that's probably maybe 2 black, maybe. Who knows for sure. And then they do have a fixed front weapon, which is impact and ion. So obviously in anti-vehicles, it'll be interesting to see how that is priced when we consider the rest of the ion pricing. Target is basically when if you take that upgrade, I don't know how much it's going to cost. Oh yeah, we find out below. But basically you gain an aim token when you are issued an order. So pretty standard stuff essentially. They're going to shoot if you take one of these things as well as speeder bikes ish. I do apologise. And they've got a red defensive dice, which I think is really the turning point for them, if I'm honest. That is very nice. Yes, you'll get pierced away, and that cover 1, with sniper's still going to hurt, but nice. I actually really like that. For 75 points as well by default, yes, I think you're probably going to want a weapon. And it'll be interesting to see how much the others cost, but I would, for sure, at the minute, maybe just whack on the 10-point weapon. The downside to that is, obviously, you have to be in a risky position where you're in the front and the rear. I think the ones where it's the front are perhaps a little bit better of an option. Got my eye on really that impact too, because we generally overpay for ion. So it'll be interesting to see if that's actually true. But the rest of it, it's speeder, so it's repulsor and all that kind of stuff. Good stuff. The model itself looks incredible. Yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with them. And now we can see the 3D render, rotating render of this, and yeah, you can't really argue with this stuff if I'm honest. It looks fantastic. So, all in all, they look fantastic. Then the Droidekas are a little bit more interesting. They are looks to be 100 points. And when I first saw that, I was like, what? 100 points with 3 wounds on a white defense dice, even though it's surges? I was like, no, nah, nope. But then when you sort of read it, Generator 1, when you at the end phase, you get one of your shields back, and it's shielded to 4. Now a shield, I believe, is literally before you roll, you spend your shields, and it puts a block in the dice roll basically, and it can't be pierced away. So yeah, it is. You've got 4, so you're gonna probably use them. You're gonna survive at least a round, and then if you've not been fully attacked and you've still got shields left, you might survive 2 rounds and that kind of stuff. So they're actually more tanky than they obviously initially appear by the 100-point 3 wound thing. Pierce and stuff like that, obviously shielded, I don't think works against Pierce, but shielded is immune to Pierce, I think. But yeah, very interesting unit, just an interesting unit all around. That wheel move, I believe, basically when you activate that unit, when it's their go, and I do apologize. Basically, you can change your speed. You can roll up basically and change your speed to a speed 3 instead of the speed 1. And I think you'll gain cover 2 and I think you might lose generator 1. I don't think you can generate that back. I'm not 100% sure. I can't fully read it myself. I'm not 100% sure if you can then spend those shielded tokens. I actually just don't know that. And for the weapons, well, just to say, target 1 upgrade there is actually just 5 points, pretty decently priced. The weapons, I was like, oh, that's not that great when they don't have any Arsenal 2 or whatever, but then there's 2 of them, so you don't need Arsenal 2, do you? So they're going to be what? 4 black dice, 2 red dice with suppressive. Now we're talking. Yes, it's a fixed front, and they're also immune to deflect. So, you know, if you shoot at Luke or whatever, he's not just going to be able to deflect you to death. So, I think they might be difficult to use, but quite powerful. And I think that's a good thing for the game. We believe, the consensus is that this token is actually a shielded token. Now, there was talk about having 2 different models, which we can see here, the rolled up version and the non-rolled up version, and that they would come in the core set, but I'm not 100% sure that's going to work. I don't know if you'll have access to make 4 parts, because really these are completely different plastic parts, so maybe you'll be able to make all 4, but then why bother with the token? Maybe it's just for people who can't be bothered making all 4, which I would probably fit into that category. So yeah, it's interesting that they released this now. I do have a battle report on the way with Sabine. I will release it at some point. I just didn't want to release it when this news is going on, so I'll probably release it tomorrow now, or I might release it later tonight, either way. But yeah, all in all, I think some fantastic looking models, and gameplay wise, these are standard good. Like, they're pretty decent by default. The fact that they come with a standby token, I think people are saying is interesting, because I don't think repulsors can take standbys. I think it's only ground vehicles, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Could just be a mistake, it might not be that important. And then these guys look really deceptively interesting, so we'll have to wait and see how good they actually are. Obviously, like, we need who's with them and all that kind of jazz, but on their own, I'm looking forward to this, the Clone Wars for sure. I think it's looking fantastic. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did I miss anything like obvious? The AI attack move basically means that unless they've got an order token, they have to move for the first action. So it means you might have to move and then shoot, and you won't get an aim. So that's interesting. Obviously, then if you give them that target 1 upgrade card, you give them an order, they then don't have to move. They can aim, but then you've already got an aim. So I'm not really sure of the synergy there, but you know, they look interesting. I'm very excited about them. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day, and goodbye.